see it in those stark terms. It's pretty remarkable. What were some of the other big takeaways? So we talked about the grain deal, we talked about Africa, and of course Putin doubling down on his position of like sovereignty in Africa, that we will cooperate, we won't come in and steal your resources. But of course you have this new expansion now, the 6 additional countries moving in, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, etc. What were some of the other big takeaways to your mind covering this big event?
The big takeaways was also on a geopolitical and almost reconciliation sort of aspect, where with the addition of Iran and Saudi Arabia, these were 2 former rivals, and Joe Biden has done brilliant work in reconciling Saudi Arabia, right, as it's been pointed out by others.
How are they friends now? I mean, this is unbelievable, right? And they're joining BRICS together. It's really a remarkable moment.
There we go. And I believe that's the role of China that has helped step in there as a mediator. Then if you look at China and India, now those are 2 sort of founding members of BRICS anyway, but they have their tensions as well, where Russia has been a mediator between those 2 countries. The Western media has liked to poke at that and say, oh, well, the more members you have, the more chances there are for disagreement and problems. But that doesn't appear to be the case in this multipolar world and how it's operating. So that is going to cause more concern. We then see the expansion into South America of Argentina. I believe they were brought on board at the request of Brazil. But these are economies with huge potential. Let's not forget Ethiopia. Its economy is in double digits. It had a lot of potential until recently. Iran as well. This new sort of trading bloc allows it to not get outside of US sanctions, but now it has this potential trade boom that it can cooperate in. I saw a lot of Iranian products at the Army Expo Forum in Moscow. I'm not just talking about defense industry production, but we can talk about a lot more other commodities as well, that these countries stand to mutually benefit from with the inclusion of those. I think certainly adding in Argentina was a big one. Adding in Ethiopia was, I believe, South Africa's request. There's obviously more interest from other African nations. I believe, actually, the total of non-official interest in joining BRICS currently stands at 50 countries. The caveat to that is not all heads of state have actually confirmed that, but that gives you some idea of just how much weight is now getting behind this movement. Like it's been termed, it used to be a club. Now you're looking at a fully fledged organization, importantly, with its own bank. And even, as I say, Western media acknowledging that in contrast to the IMF, that often has these crippling conditions in exchange for sovereign wealth, the BRICS Bank is almost no strings attached. I believe, was it not Janet Yellen who warned against dealing with the BRICS Bank, saying, just beware?
Yeah, just beware. And I'm not a believer in coincidences, because just as we have this meeting, this expansion of these BRICS nations, you see, of course, the United States ramping up again the rhetoric around China in the South China Sea. China must be challenged. Of course, that came this weekend. We see the trouble in the Philippines unfolding. So I don't think that this is a coincidence that you're starting to see the United States really push for agitation with China, because you listen to any U.S. official, they're playing out these war games in the United States against China by 2025. They're predicting a war with China. We need to take military action against China. This is their biggest threat. They've long said it. And I think you're seeing it now more than ever with this expansion of BRICS. I'm curious, talk about the military support here, because you have these countries now joining this. What sort of a military kind of friendly relationship will they have with Russia and China if there's U.S. meddling in their territories?
Oh, I was absolutely terrified. I remember it was across the job site. I was in another machine.
That's a really good question. If you think of all the meddling that happened quite close to the US in South America, those countries, they're not going to be too happy about it. Africa, I don't think Somalia has been particularly pleased with US meddling there either.
Airstrikes over the weekend, killing 13 people in Somalia, right? So the amount of meddling in Ethiopia, the list is endless. So you expand into BRICS. Does that offer some sort of a Godfather protection against the United States meddling?
Let's look at Africa as an example with Wagner. In its presence there, especially with Niger, Burkina Faso, the very friendly relations that Africa has built with Wagner, and by extension then Russia as well. It's difficult to say with any certainty, but you can see how sort of behind the scenes certain mechanisms can be employed if you are leaning towards this direction. And I'm sure that under the table there are agreements that can and will be made in that regard. So I think I think this is kind of almost karmic now. We've had since the Second World War this behavior, this domination of the petrodollar, but certainly this bullying behavior that President Putin called out in his speeches at the BRICS summit, not just then, but on many occasions before. This is really resonating with these nations. And again, I'll reference the fact that the G7 and the G20 are very exclusive. You know, these have to be leading industrial economies, generally looking at finance markets, not really anything that's useful for developing countries, even like Indonesia as well, which has been expressing an interest, I believe, in BRICS too. These economies actually want something useful and to be a part of something that benefits them. And we're seeing these different, like Ethiopia, I believe, could also be a big food producer as well. Egypt needs food. Russia, a big food producer. So there's just logical relationships that will form there and, of course, form bonds, which then help with this mutual cooperation to build a far more prosperous world outside of the indebted enslavement that the US seems to impose wherever it goes, and the G7 seems to represent, and the likes of Trudeau in Canada in their rhetoric, talking about exploitation of these smaller developing nations.
I'll get you out of here on this, Mike. You live in Russia. How is the Russian media covering the events of South Africa and the...
Salakia for letting us play. This information is very good. And I want to give all praise to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, or QADASH for giving me the spirit of this lesson. I do want to give double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone for teaching the truth by using precepts upon precepts and line upon line. And this lesson I'm about to get into today is America is going down. YAHAWASHI is near. I'll repeat this again. America is going down. YAHAWASHI is near. The information I'm giving you right now is basically how all these other nations around the world are literally gathering together against America. They're literally, all this information he's saying, to summarize everything, all these nations are gathering together against America. Why? Because they are fed up with America bullshit. They are fed up with their lies, their treachery, their destroying, their philosophy, their impulsive debt law that they always impose on other nations. Every nation around the world is done with America bullshit. All right, and what do you think is going to be led up into? First, it's going to be led up to World War III. Then it's going to be led up to America downfall. America just utterly getting nuked, utterly destroyed. All right, because that prophecy is about to come to pass. No matter what, no matter what anybody say. World War III will come to pass. However, wherever you like it or not, it's going to come to pass. So let's hit Revelation, right? Revelation chapter 11, verse 14, right? This is, let's put KJV. It says this, Revelation 11 to 14. And the second woe is past. What's the second woe? The second woe was World War II. And it's already what? Passed. Because World War II already went to pass. It's already done in the books. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. What's the third woe? The World War III. And that's damn near close. Damn near close. At this point, there's already two sides. There's the BRICS and there's America. People out there keeps on saying that, oh, BRIC is just a currency country. It's not a military power. Just watch how fast Russia implements a law saying that we will take care of everybody, take care of any other military power inside their country. Watch how fast they do it. And they will. Russia will do it. Because Russia, China, and other nation main goal is to destroy America. They don't care about America anymore. They don't care. America have been living too lavishly, too happily, too prideful all these long. Now America's about to see the pit of hell. America's about to see destruction. All right, let's go to Obadiah. I'll continue playing the video because there's more information I do want you guys to see. All right, so I don't be as, just in case anybody be like, oh, that's not true. Well, redacted even give you some information. And if you believe that's not true and you actually why is this happening, just do research. Research is always good for you. All right, 2 Timothy 2:15, study, show thyself approved unto God, a workman not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. All right, but going to Obadiah 1 verse 3, KJV. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft from the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's literally America. Is not America habitation high? Is that America that prideful country that believes that nothing's bad's gonna happen? When he was watching this video, they was talking about how Germany or how Russian media was trying to downplay the BRICS alliance that's going on over there. What is that them downplaying? What is that them representing? Their pridefulness. They think that nothing bad's gonna happen to them. Their worries is just little to none. And guess what? Everybody in America have no clue, except for the prophets. All right, but everybody else, their day-to-day citizen in America, they don't know what's going on. The only thing they know is that inflation is smacking them in the ass. That's all they know of. Other than that, they do not know that there's countries out there around the world gathering together to fuck America up. Why? Because they're deceived. What? Deceived by pride. Let's read that again. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine hearts have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft from the rocks, whose habitation high, that saith in the heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Or especially the Edomites. This is more talking about the Edomites, but we can use this about America too, because America is a prideful nation. America is high in the air, and America is pumping its spirit, believing that nobody could bring us down. That's the spirit that America has. America gives you the spirit of thinking that nothing bad's going to happen. Everything's going to be just fine. That's the spirit that America has. And you have to be careful, because if you slip into that spirit, you're going to be utterly destroyed. Utterly destroyed. You're going to get murked immediately. One day, everything's seeing pieces of cream. Another day, you on fire. All right. Let's go to verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, what's America national animal representation? A bald eagle. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, how did America set their nest among the stars, the satellites? Thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. And ever since they have done that, America's going down as we speak. And the fact that Russia is being the leader of it shows a lot. Shows a lot. All right. Let's get a book of Jeremiah, obviously, chapter, I believe this is 51. Chapter 51, yes. Verse 25. It says this, behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain. Who's that destroying mountain? America. America always go around the world, always putting their philosophies, always enforcing their laws. And these countries are literally being destroyed by them every single day. All right, so this talk about America, a destroying mountain. Saith the Lord YAHAWASHI, which destroys all the earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks and will make thee a burnt mountain. How is YAHAWASHI going to cause America to become a burnt mountain or a burnt country? He's going to do that by nuclear destruction. And that's what's about to come to pass in America. Verse 26, and they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for a foundation, but thou shalt be desolate forever, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI. So basically, America is not going to be able to come back up from nuclear destruction that's about to come to pass. You won't be able to pick back a rock. You won't be able to pick back anybody. Everybody that's in America is going to be gone. Everything that's in America is going to be gone. vaporized. Damn near a snap in the finger. You know how Thanos in the movie, he just snapped and everybody started disintegrating? That's what's going to happen to America. The nuke's going to smack America. Everybody's going to be disintegrated. All right. Verse 27. Set ye a standard in the land. Blow the trumpet among the nations. Prepare the nation against her. Call together against her the kingdom of Arad, Minini, Ashkenaz. Appoint a captain against her. Cause the horse to come up as the rough caterpillar. Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes. Is not all these nations coming up with America right now? Yes. And who's being the leader of this BRICS? Russia. The Medes, the king of the Medes. All right. Back in the Persian, the Medes, when they all got split up, the Medes moved up northward. So when the scripture talk about the kings of the Medes, who's in the upper northward in the map today? That's Russia. So it says, prepare against the nation with the kings of the Medes. Who's in that area? That's basically Russia. Who's the king of Russia? Putin. Is not all these nations coming up together to be with Putin? Yes. To go against who? America. The captain thereof and all the rulers thereof, all the land of his dominion. All right, and the land shall tremble. Talk about America shall tremble in sorrow. For every purpose of the Lord YAHAWASHI shall be performed against Babylon. What is the purpose? What do YAHAWASHI want to happen against America? Nuclear destruction. He wants America to be nuked, to be gone, to be eradicated. That's the purpose, and they're about to serve that purpose. They're about to make that happen. Hence the title, America is going down, YAHAWASHI is coming. Because while America is going down, well, when America is in their final minutes, you're finna see YAHAWASHI coming down, smacking other nations. You're finna see that. But it says what? To make the land of Babylon, what? A desolation without inhabitants. All right, and that's what's about to come to pass. Let's get another scripture. I did say I'm finna finish up this video, so if I'm done with all my scriptures, I'm gonna just click play and let it continue on. And if y'all want to watch it for yourself so you get better understanding, and I advise you to do so, it's called Putin China just scored a major victory against the US dollar, redacted with Clayton Morris. All right, and don't get me wrong, this information is good. And the victory that they had against America dollar, of how they're making their own currency, basically Brits is making their own currency, and that's backed with gold. The fact that all these countries are coming together to join that currency, you know how fast American dollar is going to be thrown out? You know how fast American dollar is going to be vanished? The value of American dollar, it's going to be going down to zero. American value is going to be destroyed, and next is going to be nuclear destruction. We're almost near. We're almost to that point. All right, we're damn near close. We're damn near close. All right. But Isaiah 13 and verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes, who are the Medes today of Russia. Who's that? Yeah. Stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Right now, they're not caring about no American currency. You can see that as we speak. You can see that by watching this video. All right, they won't delight in it. Verse 18, their bows also shall dash young men to pieces. What are their bows? Their nuke, their ICBM missiles. All right, and they shall have no pity on the fruits of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Basically, the nuke's going to be utterly destroying America and everybody in it. Doesn't matter who you are. You're going to be utterly destroyed. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Chaldees, excellency shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. How did the Most High overthrow Sodom and Gomorrah? With fire and brimstone. The same thing is going to happen to America. America is going to be utterly destroyed with fire and brimstone. No matter what you say, it's about to come to pass. The signs are right there. It's not even to a point where you have to be like, let me question how it's going to end. It's speaking. Prophecies are already speaking at this point. It's alive. It's dancing. It's popping. It's moving around. That's we're just at that time. And I can't wait. To be honest, I can't wait because the kingdom of heaven is near too. Verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabin pitch tents there, neither shall the shepherd make their fold there. Basically, America's never going to be inhabitable ever again. Never again. Oh, wow. Slovakia, I just did a mistake. But America is never going to be able to be inhabited. It's going to be a desolate wilderness. Why? Because America, wickedness have reached up to heaven. Let's get that real quick. Let's smack that. Revelation 18 verse 5. For her sins, whose at her, America, have sins that have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered all her iniquities. Verse 6, ward her even as she warded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. What is her works? Wickedness. So what she's going to receive back? Wickedness. But the scripture says what? She's going to receive it double. So America's going to receive double the wickedness in times where we get into. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow gave her, for she saith in her heart, I said the queen, now I am no widow, I shall see no sorrow. Obadiah 1:10. America's a prideful nation. They always think that nothing bad's going to happen to it. America's about to be utterly murked. It's about to get nuked. Their currency is about to be destroyed. America's not going to have no more food. Other nations not going to care for America anymore. Other nations are going to shoot their arrows at America. Every last one of, even their allies, going to do it. You want to get a good proof of that? Let's get Jeremiah 59. Let's go down to verse. Let's go to. Where is it? Isaiah chapter 50. I said 49. Jeremiah. I said Isaiah. Salakia. Jeremiah chapter 40. Jeremiah chapter 50, not 40. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14. Put yourself in array against Babylon, round about. So all these nations, all ye that bend the bow, every nation that has the ICBM missiles. There was a news article that Russia is going to support other nations with weaponry. What do you think Russia's going to give all these other nations? He's going to give them ICBM missiles to go against America. Because America's this bully nation around the world. And that's being fulfilled. All ye that bend the bow, all these nations about to bend the bow. All these nations that has weapons, they're finna bend their nukes to America. It says what? Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord YAHAWASHI. Shout against her round about. She have given her hand. Her foundation are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord YAHAWASHI. Take vengeance upon her as she have done. Do unto her, because all America have been doing around the world has been doing what? Wickedness to these other nations. So basically the scripture is saying, look, get your lick back. All you nations, get your lick back and do this vengeance, and they're trying to get their lick back. And they're gonna do this, and these nukes gonna be filled with the spirit of YAHAWASHI. Because at the end of the day, YAHAWASHI is controlling everything. YAHAWASHI is basically the one who's telling them or controlling these other nations to shoot their nukes. Why? Because it's his vengeance too. It's his vengeance too. He's about to receive his vengeance. Why? Because America is a place where Israelite, so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American has suffered it. This is a place where the blood, all the Israel blood has been shed. And to add to upon that, this is where they done wickedness with sodomy. This place got to go. Even upon that, Jakes is being wicked too. There's a judgment toward you, Jakes, too. And the list goes on and on. This is the vengeance. This is his spirit. This is anger coming to pass. And it's damn near close. Hence the title, America is falling. Yahawashi is coming. I don't think I said that, but word by word, but yeah. We are damn near close. Well, did I even finish with that other scripture though? Yeah, I did. Well, no, going back to Revelation chapter 18, verse what is it? 6? Yeah. Ward her even as she ward you, double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much shall glorify herself, live deliciously, so much torment sorrow give her? For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, I am no widow, I shall see no sorrow. Verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord YAHAWASHI who judged her. What are the plagues talk about? Talk about nuclear destruction. How to prove that? Zechariah 14:12. Let's get that. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. Their eyes shall consume away in their holes. Their tongue shall consume away in their mouths. What's going to cause their body parts to be melted away or consumed away? Nukes. There's no plague or virus out there that's gonna do that. But I do know a weapon that could goof your body up like that. You know what's it called? You want to know what's it called? ICBM missiles, nukes. And that's what's about to come to pass to America. And this video is just like a wonderful information of how all these nations are coming together to destroy America. The only prophecy that's holding everything back, is the mandatory of the MOTB. That's the only thing that's holding everything back. It's that one prophecy. And that's about to come to pass very soon too. Because since America currency is falling, they need to combat that currency. And what they're gonna do, they're gonna bring out the digital currency themselves. And they're gonna force everybody to receive it. They're gonna force everybody to receive the RFID chip in their hand to be able to live in society, so they could get back their power that they used to have. Because right now America don't have that much power in their currency. So what they're gonna do is promote that digital currency. Digital currency is already here, but they want it fully implemented, so they could have full control over you, and so they could come back with their come back in power, because they're losing power as we speak, and they're gonna do anything in their power to get it back. Hence the scripture Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, ye that dwell in them, woe inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth ye have but a short time. And he's about to come down great wrath in America, because he know that America is about to be utterly destroyed. So they're coming down great wrath and forcing everybody to receive what? The RFID chip. The RFID chip is the MOTB. Receive it anywhere in your body, you'll be utterly destroyed. There's no mercy. All right. That's all I want to get into today. Lord, you edified by this lesson. I want to give all praise to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH for giving me the spirit of this lesson. I want to give double honors to the elder apostle, GREATMILLSTONE, for teaching truth by using precept upon precepts and line upon line. I am going to finish this video. No, you guys could literally find the video. This video is getting a little bit too long. So Lord, you edified and shalom, all right?